Halftime Pizza and FightSaga.com proudly present WAWR Week Radio with 5-decade fight trainer James Gogue.
Guys, welcome. Happy Sunday to everybody. And what an amazing weekend of boxing we had. Incredible fight night from Top Rank once again on Friday night. And then the, Amanda Serrano, a legitimate draw in her hometown, New York City. The Puerto Ricans coming out and really supporting her and loving the product that she puts forth. Guys, we're going to talk about everything. And we're also going to talk about the controversy, supposed controversy with Emmanuel Navarrete in your main event. Emmanuel Navarrete versus, surprisingly game Liam Wilson from Australia. But guys, this wouldn't be Sunday evening without the counsel of our very dear friend, the incomparable Coach James Gogue. James, how you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm doing good, Joe. I'm doing good. Just ready to get this show going and talk about the fights this past weekend and whatever is coming up. I don't even know what's coming up and everything. So
we've got a good one, brother. And once again, Coach, he really doesn't have to watch tape to preview anything. But we've got a very good fight that's surprisingly flying under the radar, right? In San Antonio, Texas at the Alamo Dome. It's going to be on Showtime, regular subscriber Showtime. Ray Vargas versus O'Shaquie Foster in your 12-round main event this Saturday night for the vacant WBC junior lightweight title. Honestly, Gogue, I love this fight, and we're going to go over the odds. We're going to talk about who you like in this fight. O'Shaquie Foster from Houston, Ray Vargas. Obviously, he's, this is a guy who is not a big ticket seller, and he's been flying under the radar. And you could arguably say he's one of the best, most proficient fighters in boxing at this time.
He's undefeated champion going for his third title.
Yep. And you know what? And he's this fight, for some reason, is flying under the radar. And once again, great programming. And guys, if we have time, we didn't get to touch on it last week because the news didn't break until Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday day. And it was what we've been telling you for a very long time, that Showtime was merging with Paramount Plus. Right now, it's already offered as a bundle, but Showtime's going to be integrating with Paramount Plus. It's just going to be Paramount Plus later this year with hopefully Showtime Championship Boxing. Well, we're going to talk about the chances of that, and we're going to pick Coach's brain and ask him what he thinks, if there is a future for Showtime Championship Boxing, or is it just going to go by the way of HBO and just duck out of the business altogether? So we're going to talk about all of that. But guys, first and foremost, let's talk about the spectacular main event, fight of the year candidate on ESPN Friday night. My word, Coach. Friday, February 3rd, the Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale, Arizona. Well, we saw a great one. Emmanuel Navarrete. Boy, he sees trouble and gets knocked down in the fourth, only to get up with some controversy and stop the very game. Heavy-handed Liam Wilson in the 9th round. Yeah. Coach, this fight, once again, I think it really surpassed all of our expectations because Liam Wilson was a secondary opponent after Oscar Valdez became injured.
Yeah.
And what were your thoughts on the main event, sir?
Oh, it was good. Better than I expected. I never heard of this guy before from Australia. I thought he would be like the Maloney brothers, once they get out of that comfort zone in Australia, come to the States, especially fighting a badass, high volume pressure fighter, high volume punching pressure fighter like Navarrete, who's relentless and physical. Man, I thought it was going to go 3 or 4 rounds, but I didn't know this Liam Wilson was training with Barry Hunter and them guys over there in DC. So that makes a difference.
Yeah. You know what? Talk about that, because Barry is one of the most underrated trainers in boxing, and he is synonymous for getting his fighters in the best condition for war in that ring.
And mentally too, you know what I mean? Because he's got a lot of good fighters, a lot of tough fighters in DC that could prepare you for this type of physical contest that you're going to get in with a guy like Navarrete. So he had that sparring over there, the tough them tough fighters in that DC area, getting this guy ready. So when he fought Navarrete, he was able to compete with him and make the fight competitive. Now, I never seen this dude fight before, and to me, he was a strong, sturdy 130 pounder, you know what I mean? And basic fundamentals, didn't do a lot of body punches and everything, but he's you can see he was prepared well for that hard physical pressure Navarrete was going to bring to him and everything. But he just, like I said, as the fight went on, Navarrete, that pressure of his, wears you down and breaks your pipes and everything. So after he caught him with that 1-2, boy, he was hurt. And Navarrete, boy, when he gets you hurt, he smells blood like a shark, in water. When he tastes that blood, he goes for the kill. And, it's hard, man. You got to, he hurt him and dropped him.
Yep.
Fourth round, I think. And
fourth round, yes.
Yeah. Navarrete was getting kind of, over aggressive. And when you're over aggressive without, being defensively responsible, you're going to get caught. And he got caught with that hook. Navarrete was trying to throw that uppercut hook, and Liam Wilson beat him to the punch. And caught him. Just caught him coming in, man. Perfect. And he was hurt. And then he dropped him. Yeah. Oh, he dropped him after that. He followed up and everything. But it was a better than expected fight. Yeah. I didn't think much of it. I never seen the guy fight. And I just heard he was from Australia, but I didn't know he prepared with Barry Hunter, who's a pretty damn good coach from DC area, man. He's a real good coach. Yeah. Yeah,
he's an excellent coach and one of my favorite people in this boxing community. He's good, such a great guy. And the job he does not only in the gym with these kids, these young amateurs, these pros, but also the mentoring he does with the kids in the DC area.
And Barry Hunter is a positive, is one of the positives in boxing. Boxing, you got a lot of fucking people that are full of shit. Okay,
you don't say.
That can't keep it up 100 with you. Barry, he's a very straightforward, honest guy, man, and he coaches you hard. If you don't like to be coached hard or trained hard, you ain't got no business. You don't even bother coming around Barry, man. He ain't got time for that shit. I don't know the guy, but I see with my eyes, okay? And I see what he does, and how he prepares his kids. And, when you're fighting a kid from that, was it the Headbangers gym? Is that what it is called?
That's it, the Headbangers in DC, yep.
You better get ready. You're in for a fight. It ain't gonna be no, you hit the guy with a few punches, blow him a kiss, and they're gonna lay down. They're physical, resilient fighters, just like those Mexican fighters in Mexico City, like Navarrete. Yeah, boy. Ooh, I didn't know that guy was over there preparing with him. If I would have known that shit, okay. But I thought, he's coming from Australia. I thought he was gonna be like one of the Maloney sisters. Yeah.
Well, you said it, Coach. Also, he mentally prepares them for battle, for the rigors of battle in the ring, and and I know this. And once again, I got to meet Barry and talk with him, and become friends with him because of my relationship with Tony the Tiger Thompson. I used to work very closely. You remember, he used to be co-host of ours on the Pugilist Corner every Wednesday, and he prepared him very, very well for two great fights against Vladimir Klitschko. Obviously, he came up short, but boy, Tony could fight. And mentally and physically, he was always prepared. Barry's an excellent trainer, credit to the sport. But, guys, let's discuss the elephant in the room, guys. We're going to talk about the controversy. Oh, boy. Guys, before we go into this, I'm just truly convinced, what everyone should be taking away from this was a great war that Top Rank and Brad Goodman put together. And such a great product when everyone was seemingly disappointed going into this, looking at, this should have been Oscar Valdez versus Navarrete. And that's going to happen in May, guys. But what we should be talking about is what a great fight of the year. That both fighters, they allowed their hearts to just spill onto the canvas and give you everything that they had. But no, fans love to complain. I'm truly convinced of this. They just like to complain about nothing. Coach, first of all, everyone is talking about, and I'm going to read you these quotes, right? Liam Wilson, he believes, and a very emotional Liam Wilson spoke after the fight in the back room, in the locker room, to the media and attendants. He believes that Emmanuel Navarrete was given a long count when he dropped him in the 4th round in their fight Friday night. Yeah, while the referee was counting, Navarrete spit out his mouthpiece when he reached the count of 7. Boy, that took some balls. He spit it out right in front of his face, not when he was knocked down. Well, he spit it out right in front of him. It was a blatant spitting of the mouthpiece on Navarrete's part.
Joe.
Yes.
He was still, what do you call it? Incoherent, man, when he was in that corner. And, that mouthpiece was moving around in his mouth and it just came out of his mouth. He didn't have one of those mouthpieces where, when you custom fitted mouthpiece, when you put it in your mouth, you got to pull that out. His mouthpiece was like, it was like, it's real loose. And when he, from what I seen, he was just, it just came out of his mouth.
Yep.
Was it intentional?
Yeah, so that's debatable, first of all. But, Coach, how did you think referee Chris Flores of Arizona handled that situation?
Hey, man, the guy was hurt. He went up there, didn't clean out the mouthpiece. He just stuck it in his mouth. And when he was sticking it in his mouth, man, he was kind of like fumbling it in his mouth, to get more time for his head to clear and everything. Yeah. He should have just stuck it in there, man. Okay, fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, look, when you
Joe,
time,
all these 10 counts are long nowadays, okay? They'll give you a count. They'll look at the timekeeper. Okay, 1, 2,
oh, geez.
8.
Yeah.
Are you all right? Are you all right? Walk to me. I said, walk to me. Are you all right? I mean, that adds another, 5 to 10 seconds. So on
average, an 8 count turns into about 18 to 20 seconds on average.
Yeah, back in the days, you get knocked down. 1, 2. You better be up by the count of 6 with with your legs under you. Not wobbling back and forth and looking at the ref. Then after he goes 8, boom. You're out. You're back out there. You're fighting, man. No break.
Yep.
You know what
I mean? And look, before we move forward, guys, let me just read you a quote, right, from Liam Wilson, right? He says this, quote, "Tonight I came up a bit short. I'm disappointed. I knocked him down in the 4th round, and I believe the count was a little bit longer than it should have been. I'll have to review it to see what people think. I thought I won the fight. It was a 20-second count at least. I'll review it and see what's there. I want to come back. Yes, he's a tough champion, very accurate. This is boxing. Things happen. I hope he goes on to do great things, but I'll be back. But yes, this is my style to brawl. I wasn't taking a back step to anybody. I was doing well in stages. I got caught up. He came on strong at the end of the fight. Yeah, and that was it." He said, "But yes, I think it was a long count, and I want it reviewed." So it goes on, and Team Wilson has already stated that they're going to file a protest. Here's where I think, and guys, I want you all guys to go back and watch the knockdown. The highlights are up on YouTube on care of Top Rank and ESPN, right? In my opinion, yes, Chris Flores handled this atrociously, and I'll tell you why. And it's not the spitting out of the mouthpiece. We'll get into that in a second, guys, because this has to be taken care of and addressed. And after this, we're not going to talk about this any longer because this is nonsense. Okay, what everyone is missing, all of these fans that, got caught up in the underdog, putting forth a gallant performance and putting his name on the big stage at 130 pounds. What they're missing out, in my opinion, the real foul guys. When Emmanuel Navarrete was buzzed, hurt badly, before he was knocked silly with that right hand, his glove touches the canvas, and instead of stepping in and calling it a knockdown, he allows, when he's already knocked down officially, that glove touches the canvas, he allows Liam Wilson to hold him with the left hand and clobber him with the right.
Yeah.
That's illegal, guys.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, yeah, Chris Flores handled this entire thing atrociously. But once again, guys, like Gogue, yeah, I mean, what do you want him to do as far as this spitting of the mouthpiece? How do you want him to handle that? This is a part of boxing, right? It's no different than if you don't mind clinching when you're hurt.
Look.
This is a part of it.
If you know that he intentionally spit it out like, time. 1 point, take points away and everything. But
so guess what? That gives even
fumbling in his mouth, and and it took him a long time to fit it. Yeah.
Well, look, if he thinks it's intentional and he deducts a point or even 2 points, which is allowed for an intentional foul, right? Intentional violation. Then guess what? That gives him even more time to recover, guys. It becomes not only a 27 count, but possibly a 35 count. At that point. Okay. So once again, this is and once again, guys, he's doing this just to buy himself some time. It's a savvy veteran move. Just like holding when you're hurt, it's a savvy veteran move.
Yeah.
It's not nearly as flagrant as hitting below the belt to buy yourself some time, which we've seen fighters do. Right? Yeah. And every sport has these holes, right? And it's no different than pitching around the number 4 slot hitter just to avoid pitching to him, right? Intentionally walking him.
Yeah.
No different than a guy who's beating you a receiver and you're a cornerback and you foul him just so he doesn't score a touchdown and catch the ball. Yeah. No different. If a guy's willing to take that penalty and risk losing points, well, it's a lot better than getting knocked out.
Yeah.
So what is the problem?
Well, I didn't think it was a lot of controversy.
No, it's just fans loving to complain about their beloved boxing.
Yeah.
They think there's somewhere along the way they've been tricked into thinking that it's a more enlightened or intelligent way of looking at the sport by shitting all over it and complaining about everything. Right?
Yeah.
But you know what, guys? Look, put it this way. If he had DQ'd him, said, you know what? I take that as a sign of concession. I'm calling it TKO by way of DQ or DQ round number 4. Guess what? We miss out on this dramatic fight of the year.
Yeah.
And guys, no referee wants to determine a championship fight against a former 2-division world champion. He doesn't want to see determine a fight and call the fight that way. No referee wants to do that. So once again, think about this. How would you have handled it if you were Chris Flores? And then talk to me, right? In my opinion, it's a whole lot of nothing. So your final thoughts on this, and before we start breaking down,
man. It's all we've talked enough about it. So
yeah. So let's get back to the X's and O's, right? Emmanuel Navarrete now improves his record to 37-1, and Liam Wilson, even though he got the loss, I can't wait to see him again, and I wouldn't mind seeing him get the winner of Emmanuel Navarrete versus Oscar Valdez in May. So that's going to happen in May, Coach. Who do you like now that you've seen Emmanuel Navarrete at 130 pounds?
Well, they're talking about it. They haven't signed the contracts, huh?
No, but it's going to happen in May. From what I've been told, it's going to happen in May.
Yeah, they're both with the same promoter, so yeah, okay. Yeah, because big fights are hard to make nowadays and everything because of the different promotional entities, the different television networks. So yeah, the fight could be made. Plus, the fight was already made until Oscar Valdez got hurt.
Yep.
But I tell you what, Valdez, boy, when he seen Liam Wilson, catch him with that check left hook. Yeah, I bet you that reminded him when he knocked out Burchell. Being reckless, Burchell came, rushing in recklessly, and Valdez just caught him with that check left foot coming in. He saw, flashbacks of that, and he's saying, "Man, I could do the same thing to this Navarrete. Okay, I could punch harder than this Wilson." and I can hurt this guy and everything, man. So, oh yeah, that's what that's what Valdez saw. Is I could do a better. He could box. Like he did it. It'd be basically the same game plan when he fought Burchell. His movement, boxing, the jab is going to be the key. That jab, his jab is when he uses is quick, sharp, and it has some pop on it to get your attention and everything. Okay. And if you make mistakes against Valdez, you're going to get, his big punches, bread and butter is that big left hook. And if what's that guy, Navarrete comes in there recklessly, boy, he's going to get caught with that left hook. Yeah. And Valdez can hit with both hands, but that left hook of his is his bread and butter, man. He's a good puncher. And this guy's defense ain't the best because he's an aggressive pressure fighter that doesn't, have a lot of defense when he does it.
Yep.
So, yeah, man. I mean, Valdez, boy, I know his eyes lit up. You seen him get in the ring, man. We got to make the fight. We got to make the fight. So he saw, the holes in Navarrete, flashbacks of the McGill Burchell fight. So, oh yeah, that's gonna be a good fight, man. It's gonna be. You got two aggressive physical styles, man. Yeah. But the thing is, I think Valdez is a smarter one. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Reynosa has taught him the importance of defense, footwork, using that jab, being smart and calculating instead of just before he was with Reynosa. He was basically like this guy, Navarrete.
Yep.
Just wild and reckless. Okay, getting hit a lot, big set of balls, and a lot of mental toughness and mental intestinal fortitude and resilience in him. A resilient competitor, I call him that, Valdez. But now he's more technical, boxing, setting the jab, the feints too. You know what I mean? All this shit. He started. Eddie started adding to Valdez's repertoire that he didn't have before. So that's
especially that green tea therapy, brother.
Yeah. Anyway,
no, he has done a wonderful job cultivating new skill sets, adding new wrinkles to Oscar Valdez's already impressive fight arsenal. Right, former Olympian.
I mean, what's that guy's name? Is
Oscar Valdez? Navarrete.
He showed me he could get hurt. And this guy's Valdez is a bigger puncher. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's going to be a good fight.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be a great matchup. And guys, if you're Top Rank and the fans that were treated to that beautiful fight of the year in the main event, boy, they're going to be back. If you're Top Rank, Coach, do you put it back at the Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale, Arizona?
Yeah, Oscar Valdez is from there.
Yep.
Okay. So you'll get a lot of fans in the Tucson area and Mexico coming up, man. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, if you have the fight. How big is the arena?
Full capacity. It's a hockey venue, so it seats about 17 to 19,000.
Well, guess what? Like Don Charganova says, if you got a hot fight, if you got it at the right location, you'll automatically sell tickets. Okay. All right.
That's right.
He's got you can't have it like Golden Boy does a good fight and they'll put it in some fucking Indian casino in Iowa. Okay, I ain't gonna cut it. Or Oklahoma. Okay, when you got a great matchup. It's not a great matchup unless you want to maximize you want to maximize the value of the fight. You put it in the right location. In that Glendale, Arizona, that Glendale arena, Phoenix is a good boxing town. Yeah, you could get fans coming up from Mexico, and you can also get fans coming up from Tucson, driving up the way. Yeah. Yep. It make more sense. It make more sense in Tucson, to tell you the truth, because Valdez is from that neck of the woods, and Sonora is nearby. But that would be the fool. That would be. I would buy a ticket to that fight. Yeah.
And look, Coach, and after what you saw on Friday night, boy, it's a much hotter fight now, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because because Valdez didn't go out there and destroy this guy like he's done to all these other fighters
Navarrete, yes.
in the lower weight divisions. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
He had to fight. He had to get off his ass, get up, off his ass, and show that mental toughness, that resiliency I was talking about, that mental intestinal fortitude, and battle back. Okay, when you get hurt, when you get put on your ass. Okay, battle through them tough times in a fight. And that Navarrete, I knew he had it. You know what I mean? I knew he had it, but he never had to prove himself. Or what do you call it? He never had to answer that question until last night and everything. So, but yo, this is a good fight, man.
That's a great fight, guys.
Cool.
Yep. Thank you, Brad Goodman. Thank you, Bruce Trampler. Thank you, Top Rank. Thank you, ESPN, for giving us another sizzler. And Coach, it's imperative. What I was told, they want to put it in May because it's a hot fight. You do not wait. When a matchup is red hot, you put it on in as soon as you can. Yeah,
and what's the name? Just came off a tough fight, got hurt. Just rest for a couple of weeks, and when you're in camp, you don't need to spar a lot of. He just fought, so if I don't know his trainer, his cousin. I don't know. I heard he's his cousin. You don't need to spar a lot of rounds, okay? Because you just fought. You know what I mean? You just got to get sharp and conditioned, but you don't have to overdo it and spar 160 rounds. Fuck no, man. Me personally, Joe, 60 rounds do the job. 70 rounds, if that. 60 max. You'll be ready to fight, if that. Yeah. You don't need another thing. You don't need to go 12 rounds in the fucking gym when you're sparring. You leave it in the gym, just 6 to 8. That's all he needs, because he knows how to go 12 rounds. All right. He trains over there in Mexico in the high altitude of Otami, Mexico.
Yep.
Otami, whatever that place. Right outside of Mexico City. It's like 8,500 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, shit. That's the things you got to. This guy just came off a tough fucking fight. He took a lot of punishment. So you don't need to give him all that physical, what do you call it, sparring, get hit on and all that shit. But, I don't know, man. I don't know them guys. I don't know how they prepare us fighters. But, I have a feeling on how they prepare us fighters. Spar. Yeah, man, you don't need a lot of that, man. He just fought. So, it's just, he knows how to go 12 rounds and everything, man. It's just getting his timing and rhythm back when you're in sparring, making sure getting his weight down and just, keeping him sharp. He's already sharp. He just fucking fought. So, you're going to tell me you're going to try to spar him another 100 rounds? Fuck no, you ain't going to need that. Shit, you can get by with 3 to 4 weeks of sparring, if that, just to get him sharp. Yeah.
Yep. I'll tell you what, nuggets from the coach. And that's his 5 decades of experience telling you guys that, right? And that's why we love you every Sunday, Coach. And honestly, I can tell you, I can't wait to hear what you think every Sunday night. It's like, I don't even want to make an assessment, really. I know how I feel, but I always want to hear your detail first.
Well, look, Joe, I watched that fight. I watched that fight. He took a lot of punches, man. All right? That means if that fight is 2 months from now, February, March, April, May, 2-3 months, fuck, you don't need to take a lot more punishment in the gym. Fuck no. He just needs to spar enough where, when he's in the gym, he's going 6 to 8 rounds and he's sharp and his weight's down. Fuck, you start tapering down, save it for the fight, because he took enough punches in this fucking fight. And, you know what I mean? And he's still sharp. Yeah, man. Yeah, I can see he hadn't fought in 6 to 8 months. Yeah, give him a little bit more sparring, but man, you don't need that shit, man. I mean, I would have to be in camp and, every day and monitor it. Okay, yeah, he's ready to go. You don't need to. I mean, you got to be around. You got to be in this business as a coach. You learn that sixth sense on on how many rounds you need to spar your fighter, man. Some guys overdo it.
Yeah.
We got to spar 12 rounds a day. We got to go 12. Why? You go and your fighter, might go to the gym, he doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Because when you're getting ready for a fight, you're losing weight. Sometimes you don't feel good. So, what happens is, you know, if you want your fighter to go 12 rounds that day and he doesn't feel good, he ain't gonna spar good. He's gonna get hit a lot. He's not gonna be full strength. So when you see it, you just nah. After 3-4 rounds, cut it. If he doesn't feel good after 3 rounds, 4, cut it. That's it. And just few rounds on the speed bag, just sweat more and a few exercises. Get the hell out. His body needs rest. Okay, that's what it's saying. Yeah, you got to pay attention to your fighter in the gym, man. You got to pay attention to how he feels and this and that. You know what I mean? If I feel he ain't performing good or he's not, because when you're going through a fight, you're losing weight. Your body goes through these changes, and you're not 100%. So you just back off, man. You wait for your body to adapt, okay, to the slow weight loss and everything, and you start getting your strength and everything. You got to pay attention to your fighter, man. It's hard. You can't write a book on this shit, man. It's just you got to be in the gym and see it. Eddie Futch taught me this, man. The Hall of Fame trainer who trained Frazier, Norton, Holmes. I mean, Eddie Futch. Everybody knows who Eddie Futch is. If you don't know boxing. But he told me this way back 30 years ago, man. When get this, I never told you this. We were in Big Bear Lake. Oscar De La Hoya just turned pro. He had maybe 1 or 2 fights under his belt. We were training at Larry Goosen's gym over there, and I was up there. I had Tony Lopez, I think. Yeah, we were, Larry. Larry's my boy, and he invited me to go there. So we were checking out the camp. And Tony wanted to go there. Big Bear. Everybody was like, "Man, that's the place to train," because that was the first high altitude training camp in the whole United States, man, in that LA area or all over the US. And that was it wasn't hot yet, but it was getting hot because Shane Mosley, when he turned pro, he started training there. Oscar De La Hoya, he made it his home when he turned pro. And, later on, Fernando Vargas and others, but the Rellis brothers and Michael Nunn and all them guys. Yeah, Joe Goosen brought them guys up. And what happened was, we were watching me. Oh yeah, back to the story. Eddie Futch, because he had, I think he was training Riddick Bowe up there or Mike McCallum. He had all his fighters. Yep. We were all training together. But De La Hoya was first. We got to the gym. De La Hoya was starting to spar, so we started watching the sparring. And De La Hoya did like 12 rounds. And Eddie Futch looked at me. Eddie Futch looked at me and just shook his head. He goes, "Man, they're sparring that guy too much. You don't need to spar him that much." And, I was just like, he goes, "When I trained Frazier for Ali, all 3 fights, I never sparred him more than 6 rounds."
Wow.
He goes, and he went 15 rounds in those fights. He goes, "There's other ways to get your body, to get ready for a fight, to get in that condition than sparring." Then I started thinking, Frazier was a physical fighter. He took a lot of punishment, because he gets hit a lot, you know what I mean? So you don't want to save. Eddie knew that, okay, that Frazier's a physical fighter. He keep a straightforward, I hit you, you hit me. And Eddie knew that, if he sparred him a lot of rounds, he would leave it in the gym. So he backed off. 6 rounds, that was it. Boom, go hit the heavy bag or do some other stuff. Okay, that would make up for the rounds he wasn't sparring. And I started thinking about that, man. About, over the years, that was 30 years ago. And then, that kind of cultivated my, opened the eyes. And I started thinking, okay, yeah, you don't need to spar. You gotta, what I started thinking is you got to learn how many rounds your fighter needs to sparring.
That's it.
Yeah, everybody's different, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's different. And Eddie, that's what Eddie put in my head. Eddie put in my head. I go, "What's your plans? How do you use?" Because back then I was a young trainer learning. I go, "What do you have? What do you plan to do each day of your training session?" He goes, I don't have any. He goes, "I play it by ear, on how the fighter feels." Okay, you go in the gym. he feels good, we're gonna have a good workout. We're gonna do this and this. If he ain't feeling too good, we back down a little. Yeah, stuff like that, man. Yeah, and that's how you get your fighter. If you know your fighter day by day and how much he needs, you're gonna get your fighter to that top peak level, and his weight's gonna be in control without leaving it in the gym. Like he was like De La Hoya, he just shook his head like, man, that's way too many rounds. You don't need to do all that to fight a 12-round championship fight. You know what I mean? But it's a skill you cultivate over the years from experience. That's what I'm trying to say, Joe. And Eddie, shit, man, that guy he had 50 years back then. He had 50 years on me. Okay, all right. Yep. He knew how to train fighters. He knew how to condition them. He knew how many rounds that he needed to spar them guys. Everybody's different. But Frazier, that kind of got my attention. I go, that's all you sparred him? I thought he was telling me I sparred him 15 rounds. He said, no. He goes, nope, 6 rounds. He didn't give me the reason, but I figured it out when I started thinking about it. Frazier takes a lot of punishment. You know what I mean? No. We're not going to leave it in the gym. Yeah. Yep,
that's it. Yeah, a lot of fans, they don't realize the grueling wear and tear. It takes its toll on a fighter's body.
And the injuries.
Yep. And the injuries.
You get sparring, man. You know what I mean? You're fighting bigger gloves and headgear and all that, but you're still getting pounded. You're still trying to, lay maximum leverage. When you spar your guy, you're trying to, hit him with some maximum leverage shots and everything. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You can overextend yourself. You can, overextend your elbow. You can hurt your shoulder. You can hurt your elbow, your shoulder. You could get hit with a body shot and bruise your ribs. Yeah. So you got to be careful. Me, Joe, honestly, when I started training guys, I learned the old school way. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we spar, take Thursday off, then Friday, Saturday, 5 days a week. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, my old school, one of my guy that trained me back then, he told me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, basically by the third day, you be sharp. You're sharp. And he's right. You spar Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're sharp. Then take Thursday off, then come back Friday or sometimes Saturday, and that's what I used to do with my guys all the time, man. It was just, and guys were used to that, sparring all the time, man. You know what I mean? Yep. Guys, they were sharp and plus the mitt work to get them even more polished or to teach them all new stuff. But over the years, man, I learned that, cut it back to Monday. I can't remember when the transformation started. Cut it back Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. That's when I was in the States, just 3 days a week. Then when I went to Colombia, them guys only did it twice a week. I'm like, huh? Tuesdays and Fridays. I was kind of like, man, I was thinking to myself, are they going to have the rounds necessary in their preparation and get ready for a fight? And I found out, hey, man, it works. Yeah, being only twice a week, not only it gets you, you can still get ready for a championship level fight, sparring twice a week, okay, and doing other stuff to get you in that condition. Like Eddie used to tell me, Mr. Futch used to tell me, there's other ways to get in shape for a championship level fight besides sparring. There's other stuff. Plus that heat in Colombia, we only spar twice a week. And I noticed, man, when you do that, your fighters don't get injured as much, man. Getting away with 2 days a week, yeah. Now I'm up here in this altitude. I basically do the same principles, man. That's the same methods, just Tuesdays and Fridays. Yeah. And Mike, when I spar them, though, I'll spar them 6, 8 rounds. Sometimes, I want more rounds. Okay. Yeah, because we're only sparring twice a week. I'll give them more rounds, sometimes 12 rounds. But we're only doing it twice a week. And in the meantime, those days off, they get to recover. They don't get injured. They don't get banged up as much. Yeah. It works.
And there it is.
Yeah.
And there it is. Guys, before we say hi to all of our very dear friends in the chat, want to take a 40-second commercial break.
Okay.
TMB Promotions proudly presents Garcia vs. Acosta. Power meets power. Who's O will go live Friday, March 3rd, inside the Floresville Event Center. 600 SH 97 West, Floresville, Texas. Tickets and sponsorship packages are available now through all competing fighters and TMB representatives. For more information, please call 210-449-5555. 5599.
Guys, if you're in the South Texas area, please come on by to Floresville, Texas. Yours truly will be doing ring announcing duties on March 3rd. TMB Promotions. Garcia versus Acosta, 2 undefeated prospects. Looking forward to it, guys. So tickets available now. If you need them, just contact me. I'll get them for you. But I tell you what, Coach, let's say hi to our very dear friends in the chat. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So when you talk to coaches, okay, you explain what I just explained about, over sparring.
Yep.
Under sparring. You got to just get that right recipe. Okay. But the thing is, like I said, I'm teaching you, but it takes years to cultivate the senses. Okay. To know
that's it.
Okay. This is it. But the thing is, I'm teaching this stuff. So you're getting an understanding how important it is, man. Yeah.
We're all the better for it. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Want to give a shout out to my brother, H Money, Joseph. Salute, big bro. Hey, brother. Guys, you're always a great ambassador for the board. Thank you for showing up and supporting Coach Gogue every Sunday, my friend. And guys, if you haven't already, please go subscribe to my brother, H Money. Thank you, sir. Also want to give a shout out to my brother, Joseph Brown. Salute, Joseph and Coach Gogue. I have to catch the replay. Just want to come in, show my support. Wanted to hit the like button, show support. Great fights this weekend. What show the women put on, and Navarrete never disappoints. No, he doesn't. Great job, guys. And want to give a shout out to my brother Tycho TV. Heron plus Gogue equals War Week Radio. Yes, I say this all the time. There is no War Week Radio, guys, without James Gogue. Honestly, I wouldn't be doing the show any longer if I didn't get to chat with my brother Gogue every single week. I love you, man. I want to give a big shout out to my brother Anthony Manzano. Hi, Coach and Joe. Thank you. Hello to you, sir, and thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for always supporting the coach every Sunday night. Also want to give a shout out to my brother Hyphy. Thank you for always supporting the coach. He says, Coach Gogue, Friday evening, we saw 3 fighters switching stances all night. Why are trainers letting fighters do all this switching? I think he asked you that last week too, brother. But yeah, we see that a lot. Coach, some it works for, some it doesn't.
Yeah, most it doesn't. All right, only Terrence Crawford or Boots Enos. Okay, very rare. Yeah, hell, man, you got it. Take. You know how hard it takes. Hyphy, is it Hyphy?
Yeah, Hyphy. Yep.
You know how hard it takes just to master one stance. Okay? Educate yourself on how to use that jab effectively, how to control your opponent, how to control distance and range, the footwork, the angles, the inside fighting, the countering, all that stuff. Now you're going to try to do it on 2 sides? Fuck out of here, man.
Yep. And there it is. Also want to give a shout out to my brother, Jesus M. Thank you for always supporting the coach, sir. He says, saludos, Joe and Coach. Saludos to you, my friend. Thank you for always being here Sunday for the coach, sir. Anthony says this, Coach. I don't think that fight was controversial at all. I feel Navarrete won that fight cleanly. It's just people that don't like his style of fighting or don't like him felt the referee screwed Liam Wilson. Yeah. You know what, brother? Maybe that, or maybe they just like to hear themselves complain. Maybe they think it makes them a better fan. Guys, quite the contrary. Yeah. Want to give a shout out to my brother Juice. Salute Joseph and Coach Gogue. Salute to you, my friend. Thank you for always supporting the coach every Sunday. Jesus M also says, Navarrete adjusted by going with straight right. Liam was still going with the left hook. Look, guys, it was a matter of experience, veteran experience versus a younger professional fighter. Go look at the record. Go look at the experience. Yes, Liam Wilson's a very tough guy, and all I can say is welcome to big-time boxing. When you were hurt, you could have easily taken a knee. You didn't do it, and unfortunately forced Chris Flores to step in and stop the bout in round 9. Difference in experience, guys. Also want to give a shout out to my brother Khalid. Salute Joseph and Coach Gogue. Salute to you, my friend. Thank you for always being here for the coach. We really appreciate it.
What up?
Khalid says, The Maloney sisters.
Oh, yeah.
We
Hey,
love
where
it,
you
Coach.
from, Kali? Where you from, Kali?
I don't remember. I think he said New York, maybe.
Brooklyn.
No, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But Coach always likes to hear where you're tuning in. So please disclose that if you can, sir. God bless you, brother. Also want to give a shout out to my brother, Izzy DeVoe. Good evening, Coach, Mr. Heron, and the entire Warwick family from SoCal. Yes, Southern California. That's right. He attended all those fights last week in LA, in the greater LA area.
Yeah.
You're a great fan, and thank you for always supporting the coach every Sunday, my friend. Juice says Coach Barry Hunter and Coach Bogey are, or is that Boggle or Boggy? I don't know. Bogey are DC legends.
Yeah.
Wilson will definitely improve and get another shot at the top if he stays with him. Yep. You know what? Look, this is once again, people should be talking about this. We have another name, another guy that we look forward to seeing at 130 pounds compete. Boy, he can compete. Yeah. That's a tough kid. And let's just hope this hasn't taken a lot out of him, because honestly, even in loss, I can't wait to see him fight again.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what we should be all talking about, right? Anthony says, James Barry Hunter, who's another underrated trainer that no one talks about, because the only guys you hear about are Sugar Hill Stewart, Eddie Reynoso, Virgil Hunter, Derek James, and Robert Garcia. Well, look, guys, you've got two of the best on this channel, Coach James Gogue and Coach Ronnie Shields.
Ronnie's excellent, man. Excellent.
Two of the very best with 5 decades of experience that most people don't talk about and don't get the credit that they deserve.
Jesse Reed, excellent trainer.
Oh,
Joe
my
Goosen,
gosh, he's a legend, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Joe Goosen, he knows
Hall of
Jesse
Famer
Reed,
also.
Jesse Reed, Joe Goosen, they know more than all them guys, man.
Yep.
I've known them guys for over 30. Jesse Reed, 30 years. Joe Goosen for over 30 years, man. You got way more experience than all them guys you mentioned. Good trainer. I mean, there's a lot, man. There's good trainers out there, man. You know, but you never hear about them because they don't have no Lennox Lewis or what do you call it? Or Lomachenko or Mayweather to make them shine. See,
that's it.
There's a lot of great trainers, but in order to get recognition, to get to make your bones in the business, you gotta have a name fighter to you got to be attached to, like Dundee, Ali, Leonard, Petronelli, Hagler, okay, Manuel Stewart, Tommy Hearns, and all the other great champions, Lennox Lewis, Klitschko, and Joe Goosen, Michael Nunn, the Relas brothers, Diego Kraut. I mean, you got to have a championship level fighter to be attached to get that recognition, man. I mean,
that's right.
I know a lot of coaches are used to. I don't know too many now, man, that are old school coaches. They're pretty much quit this shit.
Yeah.
Back then in the days, man, I knew some good coaches, man, that were real good, but they never got a lot of recognition because they never. A guy named Willie, I think his name was Willie Wise from Philly.
Mm-hmm.
He trained Meldrick Taylor. He trained Meldrick Taylor in the amateurs. Real good trainer, man. He had James Page, the WBA champion. Man, there's some. Bill Slayton was a good trainer.
Bill Slayton, yeah.
Trained Morton.
Yep.
He was a real. He trained Bruce.
Well, yeah, Bruce. Coach. Emmanuel Stewart always told me, you know what? A trainer is only as strong as the horses that he jockeys. That's it. That's it, guys.
It ain't the X's and O's, the schemes and it ain't the X's and O's, which is the boxing knowledge, the skills, the boxing IQ, and all the other stuff.
There it is.
How to train and condition a fighter. I call that the X's and O's. Okay. It's the Jimmy and Joe's that makes the X's and O's go. All right. The Jimmy and Joe's is the talent.
That's it.
Is the talent. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it, guys. Nuggets of wisdom once again, guys. And Juice has the beat here. Wilson and the conspiracy babies better be lucky the ref didn't say timeout and have Navarrete its corner. Rinse out the mouthpiece and replace it. Yeah, that would have given him, he's complaining about 27 seconds now. That would have given him 35 to 40 seconds, right?
Yeah.
So once again, want to give a shout out to my brother, Pounds Boxeo. Salute to you, my friend. Thank you for always being here for the coach. And yes, I pointed this out. And guys, anyone who still thinks there's controversy, look, Chris Flores blew the call. And once again, he points out Navarrete got hit when he was on the floor too. Exactly. That's grounds for disqualification as well. So yeah, I don't want to hear it. Good call, Pounds. Thank you, brother. Also want to give a shout out to my brother Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz and More. Guys, if you haven't already subscribed to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz and More, please go do so. He's a great historian, great fan. We love his channel on this show. Thank you, brother. Salute Joseph and Coach Gogue. Salute to you, my friend. Thank you, brother. Yeah. I also want to give a shout out to my brother John Mick Smith. Thank you for always being here for the coach, sir. Salute Joe. Always incomparable and best coach in the business, the one and only Coach James Gogue. Yes, I will second that, my friend. He is among the very best. You know what? Pounds also says there was a similar situation with Triple G and Nello, but Triple G did not hit Nello when he slipped. I don't remember that. I'll have to go back and look at it. Teach said, welcome to the show, sir. He said that was intentional. Anyone can see that with their own two eyes. Well, I tell you what, not everyone has the eyes of Coach Gogue and his experience. Most fans really look. I'll just quote Emmanuel Stewart right here, right? Resumes, records, and trinkets are for fans, writers, and network executives who don't quite understand what they're looking at yet.
Yep.
Guys, most people don't have the eyes that James Gogue has, right? Yeah, look, most people miss everything.
That guy was still incoherent when he was still buzzing, and that mouthpiece wasn't, what do you call it, locked in there, man. Like a real professional, custom-fitted mouthpiece. Man, you got to pull that motherfucker out. That's why Shane Mosley, if you notice Shane Mosley, he never took his mouthpiece out between rounds. That shit's hard. He had it in there, you know.
Custom-fitted.
Shane used to train like that too. When he hit the speed bag, the heavy bag, he always have his mouthpiece in during training, shadow boxing, whatever. But sometimes the mouthpieces, they're tough to pull out. He had one of those mouthpieces kind of flimsy, loose. So, he was just, you know what I mean? I don't know. Might have slipped out. He might have just. But I could see he was trying to, to bite down on it, and it just came out and everything. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well,
but hey,
I tell you what. Go ahead, sir. Your final thoughts on that.
Hey, if he did spit it out, it's just it was good on his part. Give him some more time to clear his head.
Yep, veteran move. It's no different than taking a knee if you're hurt. Yeah. Right? It's better to lose points than to get knocked out. You just buy yourself some time to try and recover. That's it. It's a veteran move. Everyone does it. And if you're not experienced enough to do it, or go ahead, sir.
Diego Corrales did it when he fought Castillo. He spit out his mouth. It was obvious he spit it out. You know what I mean?
Yep. And Tony Weeks did the right thing after the second time, deducted points, but it gave him enough time to recover, and he ended up getting the stoppage and produced one of the most dramatic and best rounds we've ever seen. Round number 10 of that fight. Go check it out, guys. Amazing. One of the all-time great fights in the modern era of boxing.
Yeah.
That's it. And guys, once again, guys, we would have been deprived of a great fight of the year candidate last if the ref had just called a DQ, right? In round number 4. Look, I talk to refs all the time. They do not want to determine the outcome of a championship fight of that caliber. They do not want to determine it with a DQ, the winner, right? So once again, guys, it is. And here's Teach. He goes, "You are wrong, sir. We need to complain about that." Look, we're not going to waste Goge's time because Goge's time is valuable, but I will be on the air tomorrow. If you'd like to come back, I will send you the link, and you can come on and voice your opinion, brother. Okay?
Well, what good is complaining about it? The decision ain't going to be changed. You can go to the commission.
Yeah.
Arizona, they ain't going to change the decision. You know what I mean? It
That's right.
Be a damn good, it better be a damn good, everybody be damn good evidence, man. I mean, everybody can speculate, oh, yeah, he spit his mouthpiece. How do you know? He get hurt, man. I seen guys' mouthpiece, they're not in there tight. they use some of these, these cheap mouthpieces, and they're not in there tight, and they just, slip out of their mouth, man. Especially when they look Larry Holmes versus Ken Norton.
Yep.
Ken Norton, round 15. Okay, fight was even. Heavyweight championship of the world. 7 round. That's when they were going 15. It was in the 15th round. And Norton hit Larry Holmes, I think, with the right hand, overhand right, and Holmes's mouthpiece just came out. He didn't have that custom type of mouthpiece where you put it in there and it doesn't, that's why they're professional custom fitting mouthpieces. They're not supposed to come out when you get hit, okay? All right, they're shock resistance when you get hit on your jaw. It prevents your jaw from getting broken, okay, when you bite down. But Larry has some type of mouthpiece, man. When he got hit, it just came out of his mouth. It wasn't, back then they didn't do custom. Back then they didn't do custom fit mouthpieces. I can't recall.
Yeah.
But I know he didn't have one. So Navarrete, I don't know. I don't think, if he had a custom fit mouthpiece tech, that shit would have never came out, man. That when you put a custom foot mouthpiece in there, that thing, man, you gotta yank it. In sparring, man, I gotta pull that out, man. It's hard to pull out. And Navarrete, you just, like I said, if you had one of them custom fit mouthpieces out, it wouldn't come out. Someone has to take it out. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
He had, like I said, he had one of those mouthpieces out, and it just came out. Yeah, it was custom.
That's it. And once again, this is a whole lot of nothing. Once again, why aren't you complaining about Navarrete getting actually hit when his gloves were on the canvas? That's grounds for disqualification as well.
Joe, the worst case scenario, take some points from Navarrete. It wouldn't have mattered.
He still knocks us out. It doesn't affect the outcome, guys. Yeah. And once again, look, before you guys complain, and this is for every fan, think about how you handle that situation if you were the ref. Think about it before you open your mouth. Okay? Come back tomorrow night, though, Teach. And I'm going to have Warwick Radio chats, and I'll push out the link, and you can speak your piece. But once again, stop complaining.
I've seen worse than that shit in boxing, okay?
Yep.
I've seen a lot worse.
We've all seen a lot worse than that.
Minor. I've seen some shit like like in Canada when Andrade, when he fought Lucien Boutte, okay? That fucking
Labrado Andrade. Yep.
Yeah, he dropped Lombrado. I think he dropped Boutte, and that fucking Howard Foster gave him like a 30 count. All right. I mean that black guy, that black guy referee, man. Remember that?
Oh
Joe?
Yeah. No, I don't remember. I remember that fight. Labrado Andrade. Yeah.
Labrado Andrade. And that referee, go to your corner. Go to your corner. Go to your corner. Go to your corner. 1. Go to your corner. Go to your corner. 2, 3. Go to your corner.
Well, yeah, that was some hope.
That was obvious. That was blatant, man.
I'm cooking and much more egregious. Yep. Yep. So once again, we've seen more egregious things.
I've seen worse than that, Joe. I remember we fought in New York one time. My heavyweight play bait. This just came to my mind, man. It's funny. We fought in New York one time, man. My guy was beating the shit out of him, and we finally, he dropped the guy, and the referee was giving him a count. And the guy was wobbly. 1, 2, and the referee started holding him up. 3, holding him. 4. Are you all right? Are you all right? Are you right? 5. And the guy, the referee was holding him up, giving him an 8 count. Like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, he was holding him up. 6. Are you all right? Are you all right? 8. Okay. Yeah, but he was actually physically holding the guy up, man.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen much more egregious activity from refs. Let's move on. We're almost out of time. We're already at 60 minutes. I want to give a shout out to our brother Roscoe Jones. Thank you for being here for the coach. Also want to give a shout out to my brother Peter Von Arx. Welcome to the show, sir. Good evening, Joseph and Coach Gogue. Good evening to you, my friend. Thank you for always being here for the coach, brother. And John says, Joe, the boxing business has shit on fans for years. Not the other way around, Chief. Yes. And if you listen to last week's show on Monday, Yeah, you hear me rant all about it, brother. I give you a history of why we're in this situation. And yes, you're absolutely right. But when the boxing gods shine on you fans and they give you a fight of the round candidate, appreciate it. Don't bellyache about it. That's the moral of the story here, brother. Because guys, that was an amazing fight. Amazing fight.
That was a great fight.
Oh boy. Let's see. Let's go down. And Teach says Valdez is too small for Navarrete. You know, it's amazing. Everyone thought that way against Burchelt as well. We'll see what happens. That's why they fight the fights, guys. That's why they fight the fights. It should, it should be amazing. I also want to give a shout out to my brother Slide tendencies.
Navarrete's defense ain't too good.
Yep. We might see a carbon copy of the Miguel Burchelt fight. Yeah. We'll see. That's why they fight the fights, guys. I also want to give a shout out to my brother Slide tendencies. Thank you for supporting the coach this Sunday. How you doing, Big Joe? We're doing great now that you're in. Let's see. Oh boy. Pounds Boxeo says yes. Ray Vargas versus Oshaki Foster this Saturday in the Alamo Dome. I will be ringside. I can't wait for it. Coach, I'll tell you what, guys, we're running out of time because Coach did not see the DAZN card, right? We'll talk all about that tomorrow. We're also going to talk about all of the remaining undercard that took place this Friday because we're running out of time. Coach, you want to give us a slight preview of Ray Vargas versus Oshaki Foster this Saturday? In my opinion, Coach, this is a great fight. And, you know, Ray Vargas is only a minus 270. Oh, on really? According to the odds makers, the one we always like to look at is the MGM, Bet MGM, right?
No, like almost 3-1.
Yeah, Oshaki is a plus 200. This is going to be an excellent fight, guys.
Yeah, Oshaki, I remember, I known him from the amateur days. Good boxer, you know, sharp, you know, athletic, sharp, quick, you know, sharp, crisp punches. Vargas, tall, rangy, but he's, you know, he doesn't use his height or his physical gifts to make fights easier. He's like these Mexican fighters, man. They're overly aggressive. They, you know, they're physical and they like to throw a lot of punches. They get reckless times and leave themselves open for punches that they could get hit by and get hurt by. Like Vargas's last fight, okay, he got hit. Man, I can't remember who did he fight his last fight. Magsayo.
Ray Vargas fought Magsayo, and that's how he won the title.
Hey, didn't he get dropped and get hurt?
He got dropped. Yep, Magsayo can crack.
Well, that's Vargas for being, you know, irresponsible at times in that ring. Okay. Yep. And being over aggressive like Mexican fighters are. And not, you know, when he started using his reach, man, Magsayo couldn't touch him. And Vargas throws a lot of punches, man. And he's got some pop in that punch. We fought him before. I got a guy, Franklin Manzanilla, a kid from Venezuela. We fought him, I think, 3 or 4 years ago when he was a 122-pound champion. You know,
yep.
my guy dropped him too. Oh yeah. So I know you can hurt this guy, but when you hurt him, you got to finish him, man. If not, you know, he's a resilient competitor. He knows how to fight when he's hurt. Okay, and he knows how to shake it off and get back in the fight. Okay, he knows how to get it. You know, keep his composure and poise, shake off when he gets knocked down, and you know, survive the round and come back in the next rounds and get back to Ray Vargas. You know, Vargas throws a lot of combinations. He loves throwing body shots, that left hook to the liver, and yeah, like I said, he's you know, but he doesn't fight intelligently at times. He's over aggressive. He gives up his height, and you know, he fights like a small guy. A Foster, he's gonna have to get close where he can land them fast, sharp combinations, counter Vargas's jab with the right hand over the top. Okay.
Yep.
That a punch you can hurt him with. Here's what I got. When we fought him, I watched Vargas, you know, a few fights, and I watched him a couple fights, and one mistake I seen, that's what we capitalized on. when he throws his left hook to the liver, he doesn't set it up with the jab or the right hand or anything. He just goes over there and telegraphs and, reaches down and throws that left hook to the liver. Fuck, you can time that. I told my guy, when you see him throw that left hook to the liver, he doesn't throw that jab with the right hand. He just goes over there and just tries to rip it. Bad mistake. I told him, my guy, when you see him do that, just block and counter with an uppercut hook. And that's what we dropped him with. Yeah. Watch the fight, Franklin Manzanilla 4 years ago. When Vargas threw that left hook to the liver, my guy just catch and counter, catch him. When that hook was there, when Vargas threw that hook, his chin was open for the right uppercut, left hook. I learned that from Eddie Futch. Riddick Bowe was doing when he was teaching Riddick Bowe that. Every time that he told Bowe, every time that guy throws a left hook to the liver or body, just catch and counter with an uppercut. Yeah, I learned that. Yeah, and I use that same tactic, and that's how we dropped Vargas, but we couldn't finish him off. My guy wasn't skilled enough. You know what I mean? I didn't have him a long time. He wasn't polished up enough on how to finish a guy when you get him hurt. Yeah, but anyway.
And there it is. Thank you for the breakdown, Coach. We appreciate it. We're running out of time. Also, want to give a shout out to my brother, G Funky. Greetings, Joseph and Coach. Sorry about not being punctual. Just got home. You're right on time, my man. Guys, if you haven't already, please go subscribe to my brother, G Funky Boxing. Great channel. And also has a lot of great guests, guys. Go frequent G Funky Boxing.
I got a lot of things I got to do right now.
And I'm sorry, guys. We're going to have to cut this one short, and I didn't get to everyone. First of all, let me give a shout out to my brother, EJ, Electric Jet. Man, thank you for being here for Coach, brother. Also, want to give a shout out to my brother. I just saw this one right here. My brother, Puro South Central. Welcome back, brother. Thank you for supporting the Coach. And, Coach, very, very quickly, one last thing. We had to address this.
I got some things I got to do, dude. Okay.
Can you give, Khalid says, do you see guys Hitchens yesterday? He put on a great performance. Your quick assessment, 30 seconds on Richardson Hitchens at 140. That means it's time to go, guys. We apologize.
I saw him fight, and I wasn't impressed, okay? I was like, all right.
Oh, geez. Well, I tell you what, we'll
safety first. He didn't want to take chances against that guy, okay? And mix it up. He was just, moving out of range, his footwork, hiding behind his jab. The dude got the physical skills. You can see he's tall, he's rangy, athletic. You can see, he's got good speed on his punches and all that. But motherfucker, if you ain't got no balls to, let your hands go, bore the fucking fans that buy a boxing ticket, you know what I mean, and make his fights. I don't know. I watched 3 rounds and that was enough. I said, this is a motherfucking sparring session. And I didn't. And I knew the guy from the amateurs, man. But that was, everybody was saying, oh, hey, look at that, whatever, man. If you want to be a star in this business, man, you got to stand out, man. All right, and you can't play it safe and execute the sweet science of hitting, not getting hit. Nah, man, you gotta put it on the line. You gotta, you know what I mean. There's times where you're box and you're controlling range and distance. Then there's times where you gotta grow some balls and put your punches together and be assertive and physical. Okay, then take it back outside and use your physical gifts, your height, your range, and control them with the jab, the quick combinations. Pivot around him. The guy was a southpaw, so you pivot around and stay to your left so you don't get hit by his straight left hand. And let that right hand, left hook, right hand go. That lands all the time, but that motherfucker didn't. I mean, from what I seen, Joe, I don't know what you saw.
Well, look, credit to him
for go the distance.
Yeah, credit to him for dominating, pitching a virtual shutout of John Bauza. But you're in your hometown. You're looking to make a statement to the rest of the packed, Taunton-rich 140-pound division. Hey, Joe, you just don't want to be a face in the crowd. You've got to make a statement in your hometown. Yeah,
it all comes back to what Bernard Hopkins told me up in Big Bear when he just became champion. He was getting ready to fight Glenn Koff Johnson, defending his title. I think it was his 3rd title defense of his middleweight title. He came up to me in my heavyweight clay bay. He goes, winning ain't good enough. You got to look good.
Yep. Well, he did look great, but yeah, he should have gotten his guy out of there. But
Great.
John Bauza for yeah.
He looked not exciting.
Well, I will say this. Well,
how many knockdowns did he? How many times did he hurt that guy? How many knockdowns did he get on that guy?
One maybe. Either one. Well, two. One was legit. One was he stepped on his foot and it was off balance. Yeah. So. Yeah.
I don't know. The rounds I saw him, he was playing safety first. I'm like, man, I ain't got time for this shit. I got better than
Yeah, and John Bauza, he tried to fight him from mid to long range. Look, let's see him fight against someone who's going to pressure him like Gary Antoine Russell.
I mean,
let's see how he performs against him.
What's this guy's record? This Hitchinson.
Richardson Hitchens.
Yeah.
Improved his record to 16-0.
Okay.
Look, all I can say is this, guys. Judge slowly, but don't anoint him as the next coming of Floyd Mayweather Jr. I've seen that a lot, guys, on today, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Kiss my fucking ass, man. Shit. He couldn't carry Floyd's jockstrap, all right? All right?
Guys, we're going to end the show on that note. Coach Gogue, it's always a joy to share the air with you guys. I hope everyone appreciates the coach.
Oh, about the Vargas fight. Who do I pick winning in the Vargas fight? I got to go with Vargas because
Oh, yeah, your prediction for this Saturday night's fight. Yes.
Foster is a good athletic boxer, quick, sharp, but that's good enough to finish in second place. Vargas puts his combinations together. He might be defensively reckless and leave himself open for return fire, but his volume punches, boy, he's an aggressive, tall, rangy Mexican fighter, but he fights like he's a short little Mexican fighter because he throws those punches and he throws them in bunches, sharp and hard, and he throws good body shots. And I don't think that what's that guy's name? Foster throws enough punches to number one, to get this guy's attention and to win them rounds by putting the combinations together successfully. But only way Foster has a shot is knocking this guy out. If it goes a distance, I think Vargas, if you fight smart using that jab, okay, to control the pace of the fight, to control that distance, and to land them combinations. See, Vargas he'll just get on there. He doesn't set everything up with the jab. Okay.
Yeah.
He stands too much in front of you like a punching bag. He doesn't use his footwork to move in and out of range or to circle you, to keep you turning, to keep you guessing. Okay. He doesn't use feints enough, you know what I mean, to set up his combinations. He'll just go there. But if he uses his jab effectively on Foster, who's only 5'7", this guy's 5'10", and keeps putting in his face, it's going to make the fight easier where he can land them combinations instead of just going in there recklessly. And like that left hook, telegraphs it. Oh, I'm going to pull the left hook. I mean, I've seen that, man. He just blocked and countered with the uppercut, came back with a left hook, and bam, he was on his ass. But, Foster, he doesn't put his combinations together consistently. And if this guy does it intelligently, working behind a jab better, and then putting this, Foster's in trouble. But if he just goes there recklessly, just those punches, Foster could pick him apart and hit him with some good shots and hurt him. But can he finish him? This Vargas is a resilient fighter.
Yeah, always in great shape. Always gets the most of himself in the gym. I'll leave you with this, Coach. Last comment. Hitchens is just as, this is my brother Juice. Thank you for always supporting the coach, brother. He says Hitchens is just as talented as Shakur and Haney, and they're champs.
Hey, talent ain't fucking good enough. You got to have some balls, okay? You got to put it on the line and want to fight. Okay? From what I see with that Hitchens guy, man, he was just, playing it safe, man. Come on, man.
There it is. I tell you what. We'll see. Let's just hope he gets the opportunities. I know he's with Matchroom Sports. let's hope he gets those opportunities against the best at 140, because the top 20 is very, very talented, quite possibly the deepest division in boxing. Guys, we're going to leave you with that.
Joe, I got to see more of the motherfucker, man. But from yesterday.
Yeah. Look, when he's fighting a guy from mid to long range, a guy with slower reflexes, lesser ability, that's what's going to happen every time. Let's see how he looks against a guy like.
He ain't talented as Shakir. Shakir is a rare talent, man.
Yeah.
Shakir knows how to control that range and he knows his distance well, man.
Probably the best in boxing outside of Dimitri Bivol.
Boxing IQ.
Yep.
Haney, smart guy too. Okay, he ain't none of them motherfuckers. Fuck no. You might see the fast hands and the athleticism, but nah, man. The skills, boxing IQ. Man, Shakir's fucking this motherfucker's right here, and these guys are up there. Haney's right below Shakir. Shakir's better than Haney. Okay.
Yep.
And
agreed.
And this guy's right below. He's on that third tier, man. Ain't no way. You might see the fast hands and all, but ain't no way in hell he's smart as them guys or skilled. Nah, man.
Well, let's hope he gets a crack at possibly one of the champions, or let's say the winner of Subriel Matias and Ermias Ponce. That's a great fight. Let's hope he gets a big opportunity. I don't think he will, because he's with Matchroom Sports.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. But I tell you what, Juice has the beat. Salute, gentlemen. Gogue is amazing. And yes, sir, thank you for getting my brother Gogue fired up. We always love it when he is.
I want to see this guy fight, though. I haven't fought. I've seen him fight in the amateurs, and that's the amateurs. But I want to see him fight more, okay? Was that an 8-round fight? He fought Joe?
No, it's a 10-round. Yes, sir. Pitch and shutout. Yep.
Yeah, I want to see him fight more. I want to see, that was probably one or second time I seen him fight and everything, man. And the first time I seen him fight, I guess I wasn't impressed because I forgot how he fought. Then the second time I fought, I'm like, okay, all right.
Well, I will say this: Matchroom Sport is doing the right thing, featuring him on the undercard of a genuine ticket seller from New York, like Amanda Serrano. Okay, yeah. He's from Brooklyn. He's presented him in a very good showcase performance, right, against a showcase opponent. But yeah, he's doing the right thing. Let's just see if it pays off for Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Sport. But yeah, we'd love to see Richardson Hitchens again.
To put him in the same class as Shakir or Devin.
Nah, it's a little too early for that, guys.
That Shakir is a rare talent, man.
Yep.
This motherfucker, doesn't have Shakir's brains. I bet, or boxing IQ, or ability to make those adjustments, man. Or Haney's good too, man. He's right below Shakir, and that's top of the food chain, man.
Yeah, let's just hope that Haney fights Vasily Lomachenko and doesn't screw this one up. We'll talk all about that tomorrow night. We'll talk about everything tomorrow night, guys. Everything that Gogue didn't have time for, we'll delve into it a little bit further. Yeah. But Coach Gogue, your parting shots for our listening audience tonight.
Hey, sorry, guys. I got to go. I got to take care of, it's what? It's 12 o'clock here. I got to get up early in the morning and take my guys to go run, or, the workout, the morning workout, and do, and all that other shit we do. But anyway.
Well, you know what? It's been an hour and 20 minutes, Gogue, and it's just flown by, and it's never enough time to spend with the 5-decade fight trainer. So let's maybe, if your schedule permits, let's think about maybe a Thursday or Friday night show coming up, okay?
And no more. I want to hear that shit. Oh, he has the same talent as Shakir and I mean, he ain't no bum, but he ain't them guys, all right? Them guys
I tell you what, it's still a work in progress.
Different animals, baby.
Yep. But I tell you what, Juice, thank you for being there and supporting the coach, my friend. And once again, thank you for getting the coach fired up. We absolutely love it when he is. But that's going to just about do it, guys. On behalf of the incomparable James Gogue, I'm Joseph Heron. You've been listening to WAWR Week Radio. Have a great week, everybody.
Halftime Pizza and FightSaga.com proudly present WAWR Week Radio with 5-decade fight trainer James Gogue.